Hi everyone. What am I doing, you ask? Well, this is my impression of any one of the 7 producers on the new Terminator Genisys film, which just opened this past Wednesday. Yeah, that's got it. See, what I just did there was I got this jigsaw puzzle, see? And what I just did was to force pieces together and make them fit, even though they don't fit, because that's how I put my puzzles together, which is exactly what this film does. It takes pieces of all the previous Terminator films, samples them, then forces them into a screenplay, which makes the entire film a completely convoluted mess.
Come with me if you want to live.
Come with me if you want to live.
Come with me if you want to live.
Get out. Get out.
Get out.
I'll be back. I'll
be back. I'll be back.
What?
Yeah, boy!
There was a time when I would try to make sense of a property that deals with time travel. You know, films like Back to the Future and its subsequent sequels, anything Star Trek dealing with time travel, Looper, even the previous Terminator films. With this one, I'm not even going to waste my time. Let me just say, you know you're watching a bad movie when every 10 minutes the characters have to stop and explain what's going on because even they realize that the plot is so confusing that they need to do so.
The machines tried to rig the game. Sent a Terminator back to the time before the war to kill my mother.
Honestly, it's not even made clear to me, at least, whether or not this is a reboot, a remake, or a continuation of the franchise.
If you like the Terminator films,
Run!
I'll be back.
you're gonna love this movie.
See, there's not much I can discuss if I want to keep this spoiler free, because they throw so much shit against the wall, pretty much everything is off limits. I'll just say that there are nods to the original Terminator and Terminator 2. I mean, heavy nods. If you saw that god-awful film Star Trek Into Darkness, I mean, this film manages to outdo that one in terms of all the sampling. I mean, what makes me think this isn't a continuation is because there's so much of the action from the previous movies that's mimicked to a T in this film. But then there are items that appear in this film, specifically one iconic item that appears that it's lifted directly from the original film that made me think, well, it must be a continuation because this particular item came from the first film. Who the hell knows? The story throws so much at the audience, leaving the audience befuddled for answers that never really come. Like I said, the characters throw out gobbledygook dialogue every so often in an attempt to explain what's going on. But because I was looking for solid answers to explain the proceedings so that I felt like I was now into the story, I felt like I was waiting for the story to actually begin 2/3 of the way into the film. Speaking for myself, when you keep changing the rules as you go and introducing new rules every so often, it really feels like constant setup with no payoff. And because it's always setup, I can't really get into what the story is. The rules kept changing to further the plot along, but also to make sure everything from the previous films gets shoehorned in. If you haven't seen it yet, listen, I know you're going to see it no matter what I say. And hey, that's great, because I challenge you to get at me and explain it, okay?
Is there no one on this planet to even challenge me?
I know some of you out there are going to see this and say, Qstorm doesn't know what he's talking about. It's very clear they explain everything. To you, I say that's great too. You're the exact person I want to talk to because I really want to know how your mind works.
I
I win! I always win.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I want to get back to my jigsaw puzzle. You know, the one where I'm forcing all the pieces together, trying to make it fit, but the end result will be a completely incohesive picture, kind of like Terminator Genisys. All right, that's the martini.